Welcome to the video tutorial, Level 1 for Generation Project, Part 2. I'm Lisa Stokes, an accredited genealogist professional in the Mid-South region of the United States. This video covers the elements and requirements for preparing a successful Level 1 for Generation project. We will cover pedigree charts, family group sheets, the document file, and we'll go over some submission instructions. For information about overall requirements, the research log, or the research report, be sure to watch part 1 of this video. Let's start with the required pedigree chart for the Level 1 for Generation project. The purpose of the pedigree chart is to create a visual documentation of the generations covered in the project. Here's an overview of creating the pedigree chart. First, create the pedigree chart using a genealogical software program. It is a requirement that the pedigree chart only display the 4 main couples that are reflected in the report. So be sure not to include additional people in the pedigree chart. To fulfill this requirement, start a new file in your genealogical software program that includes only the needed individuals on the pedigree chart. Here are the specific requirements for the pedigree chart. First, include the date and place for the birth, marriage, and death events for each of these individuals on the pedigree chart. Additionally, be sure to use consistent and complete jurisdictions throughout the pedigree chart and also in the family group sheets. When the county and the town are known, state them in full, such as San Jose, Santa Clara, California. When only the county is known, state the jurisdiction using the word county. So in this case, it would be Santa Clara County, California. Also remember that burial information is not needed on the pedigree chart. However, if death information is not found and burial information is known, that could be substituted for the death information. Keep in mind that dates and places may be approximated. If an exact date or place cannot be found, be sure that the research log reflects a thorough search of this missing information. Also, do not leave dates or places blank. Instead, note the approximated information using a phrase such as about 1855 or approximately 1855 or something like that. If information cannot be approximated, use the word unknown. Remember that items on the pedigree chart must match items on the family group sheet. Also, the pedigree chart does not need citations, and you must submit the pedigree chart in a PDF format. Now that we've covered the pedigree chart requirements in detail, here is an example of a pedigree chart. Next, let's go over the requirements for the family group sheets. The purpose of the family group sheets is to document the structure of each family in the project. Create the family group sheets using a genealogical software program and then save them in a PDF format. Add endnote citations instead of footnote citations to cite each vital event in the family group sheet. Each genealogical software program should have a way to indicate whether footnote citations or endnote citations are generated. Citations on the family group sheet, the research log, the report, and the document file must match each other. To keep the citations consistent, use the freeform function in the software program to copy and paste citations from the research log into the family group sheets, the report, and the document file. Remember not to use the citations generated by the software program. The requirements for the family group sheets are to submit one family group sheet for each of the main couples from the second through the fourth generations. Additionally, if a party from any of these marriages was married more than once, a family group sheet must be submitted for each additional marriage. Remember, additional marriages do not need to be discussed in the report unless the information is important to proving the ancestral line. Next, be sure to include all the children for the couple on each family group sheet. Add the dates and places for all birth, marriages, and deaths. And as covered in the Pedigree Chart section of this video, dates and places may be approximated. Also, listing burial information on the family group sheet is not required, but may be needed to help prove the death. Make sure that the names, dates, and places on the family group sheet, Pedigree Chart, and the report match each other. Note that the family group sheet is the place to show vital events for anyone not covered in the report. Refer the reader to the family group sheet and the research log as needed. Write a statement in the report or include a footnote that states something like, see the research log and the family group sheet for information about the children of John Jones and Sally Smith. The Level 1 project requires a document file that includes the important key documents for the project. A key document is defined as a document that provides generational linking evidence and is discussed at length in the research report. Be sure to include only documents that are pertinent to linking the generations. Here are the requirements for turning in key documents. Keep in mind that a variety of formats are acceptable as long as the following requirements are met. First, digital images of the key documents are readable without adjustments, and each key document includes a full citation. Additionally, the limit is 40 key documents. This is 40 documents, not 40 pages. So show good judgment by including the most important key documents that link the generations. Most projects include 20 to 30 key documents. Next, use document numbers to correlate all the key documents referenced in the report to the corresponding images in the document file. Make sure that the document numbers match in each element of the project. Note that it's not necessary to number every document in the research log, just number the key documents found in the document file. Whichever program or format is used for submitting the key documents, be sure to clearly label each document so that the grader can easily find them. And then be sure to correlate the document numbers in the research log, the document file, and in the citations in the report. Here's an example of how a report might look with the document numbers added to the citations in the footnotes of the report. There are two general options to submit the key documents. One option is to use Word or PowerPoint or a similar program to compile image copies of the key documents into one single document. Another option is to submit each document as an individual PDF or JPEG file. Examples of these are on the upcoming slides. Here's an example of using Word to compile your document file. Add a document to each page and then add a document number and title, and be sure to include your full source citation. And then you want to turn the whole file into a single PDF. A document can cover extra pages if it's a multi-page document, or if you need to include a transcription or a translation of that particular document. If it is a lengthy document, such as a 55-page pension file, only include an image of the needed page or pages. PowerPoint gives a little more flexibility when manipulating the information on the page. Again, add a document number, a title, and a source citation to the image. Then turn the whole slide presentation into a single PDF file before submitting the documents. To submit the documents as individual PDF or JPEG files, you're going to want to add the document number and the complete citation to that image. You could use a program such as Paint or Preview to add that information to the image. This example was created using Preview on a Mac. Here's an example of adding a close-up image to your document. This example was created in PowerPoint. A close-up could also be added below the full-size document to avoid covering up the information in the main document. If the close-up is a separate image, be sure to label it as a close-up of that specific document. Here, for this example, it would be labeled as close-up of document number 4. Here's some tips for submitting your key documents as individual PDF or JPEG files. When a source document is multi-paged, be sure to compile it into a single PDF file. And then you could add a translation or a transcription as one of the pages of this file if needed. Additionally, number, name, and organize files so that they're easy for the raters to find. The last topic we're going to cover in this video is submitting a Level 1 4th-generation project. The main reasons that a Level 1 project may not pass are that the report is written as a family history narrative instead of as a research report that proves the generational links with analysis and correlation. The graders are not looking for interesting and entertaining facts and stories. Unnecessary details should be avoided. Another reason is that the project is poorly written with a lack of professional skill. Make sure there are no grammar problems or typos anywhere in the project. The project may be disorganized with minimal analysis or correlation of sources, information, and evidence in order to make solid conclusions. The project may also lack the use of original records and instead relies upon indexes or other derivative sources. Another reason that a project may not pass is that the researcher gives no rationale for the use of record types used. There is no need to give a rationale for every record searched, but do it enough times to show the raters that you understand this concept. And last but not least, the project may lack the use of the most effective methodologies and record types for the region. Be sure to consult the Regional Resources document for the region as a guide. To submit a Level 1 4th-generation project, follow the instructions on the Become Accredited section of the ICAPGen website. Also, watch the ICAPGen video tutorial, Testing Regions, Levels, Fees, Scheduling, and Specialties for more information about the application process. Keep the following items in mind when submitting a Level 1 4th-generation project. ICAPGen uses a blind rating system to grade all projects, so be sure to label the project with the assigned submission number and redact any of your identifying information from the project. The first step is to submit the contact information form and to pay the required fees. The testing secretary will then assign you a submission number and email you additional detailed submission instructions. Also, for basic questions, refer to the Frequently Asked Questions section of the website under the Become Accredited tab. For additional questions not covered, please email the testing secretary and your questions will be forwarded to the proper committee. If you'd like to learn more about the Level 1 project, or if you'd like feedback on your project, please consider joining an ICAPGen Level 1 study group. Study group participants need to have experience writing genealogy reports with proper evidence analysis and correlation. They also need to have solid skills crafting proper source citations. When you have most of the research accomplished for your Level 1 project, and you have some solid writing experience, please email us at studygroup@icapgen.org for application instructions. If you have any questions, you can contact me at the following email address. Information for this video came from ICAPGen's Guide to Applying for an Accredited Genealogist Credential. Thank you for watching this video. As a reminder, please watch the Level 1 4th Generation Project Part 1 for information about overall Level 1 requirements, information about the research log, and information about writing the report. Keep working hard on your Level 1 project, and you'll be well on your way to successful accreditation.